Because of area metrics, Tokyo included Akihabara, and being required to tour after the war, there was a black market nearby, and as there was an electric engineering college in nearby hall. As the radios were the only reputation at that time, the market fronts then ready-made radios sold by the country students sold like when GHQ banned on open-air markets in 1949, vendors moved to the place under the elevated subline railway, where was offered by Tokyo government and the Japan National Railways. This is the origin of present parts markets, and Akihabara as the electric town. The rapid economic growth after the war brought about massive fraud. And mass competition creation and the hostage application board. People's life was improved and became more comfortable. The more you earn, the happier you are. The three securities, all the securities at that time were black and white television, washing machines, and refrigerators. Then the new three stars were not electric, but electric, color televisions, air conditioners, and cars. In 1970s, the first PC shop was opened. The advent of computers changed Akihabara dramatically. In 1970, Sony Record Walkman, the forum of Japan brand product feature, and high functional. In 1980s, Made in Japan brand became acknowledged by the world. People from the world visited Akihabara for extra options, and duty-free shops increased. Akihabara, the electric town, became globally famous. At the same time, PC game devices such as Nintendo game software were becoming popular. In 1990s, since Microsoft Windows 95 PC appeared, PC became widespread rapidly. Software-hipster computers improved games, making the captures more interesting and the store more expected. That enabled games to interact between manga or anime. Thus, manga and anime, powerful element of subculture, came into Akihabara with otaku, who love PC games, anime, manga very much. Since 2001, shops, anime, and otaku increased rapidly. In 2005, AKB48, an idol group, was formed. It established the new image of idol. The idol changed the supported by locals. It influenced Japanese show business and gave birth to the new trends which was local idol culture. Akihabara is such a large group with new trends and controls are born. Now some junctions represent subcontracts from Akihabara, once used with nectar nuance, have become positive and general terms. Akihabara, of course, kawaii or cute capture, and developed into moe-kawa new trend. In 2000, Tokyo government into Tokyo Plan 2000, and the Tokyo government relaxed urban development. According to the guidelines, around Akihabara Station was redeveloped and has changed the delimitation. It is a station building opened in 2012. This improved the image of Akihabara Station. A lot of that film visitors feel comfortable. Events compared with animation are often held here. Step on here and you will realize now you are in Akihabara. On the left-hand side is the Akihabara Radio Kaikan, the most well-known landmark in Akihabara with a big yellow sign. If you took a look at the shops inside, you can tell what are now in Akihabara. This is the very birthplace of PC in Japan, where NEC sold the first microcomputer kit named TK-80 in 1976. Present Radio Kaikan homes many pop culture shops representing Akihabara. Let me introduce some of them. Please watch the screen. The first shop is Card Labo, a shop of toy car or trading card. There are toy car section and a dual space. At the toy car station, many trading cards are displayed individually. Please notice the price of each card, from a few dollars and yen to tens of thousands of yen. The differences is surprising. The difference tells you the need of a car, or rare and popular of each card. This is a dual space. You may have a chance to watch a head match here. Trading card game was originated in the US. The first game made in Japan was the Pokemon card game in 1996. Later anime Pokemon was produced and produced. It often happens that Pokemon card games differ of the fairs. Move on to next shop, Azon on the 7th floor, a shop of doors. Door shops offer parts and items to assemble only one door in the world for your own. You can choose anime character-like face or relaxed face with eyeballs. Doors have fans of wide spectrum from otaku who love anime character to lovers of attractive door. Door owners enjoy posing their ball-jointed doors, changing clothes and heroes of them. While some others make clothes for their doors, many come to Azon for surprises, collecting and fun dresses, accessories, and small items. Next is the art shop on the 2nd floor. This is a shop of return showcase service. Very familiar business in Akihabara. You can rent a showcase in the shop and display and sell whatever you like using that space. You pay for 3 months and sales commission to the shop. In Akihabara, however expensive, you will pay for what you will want, and whatever will sell it if it had need. Lastly, let's see the Akiba, a gift shop on the ground floor. You can buy the goods with Akihabara characters on them and goods in seasons as well as popular sweets among foreign visitors. Look at your right side. Inside of the building is Parts Market, where the street vendors moved after the war. There is no other place in the world where electric parts and device shops concentrate like this. Everybody enjoys marking things by hand. That contributed to the development of Japan. One thing you can't miss here is the first Sony Walkman TPS L2. It is the memorable forever of Japan brand product fusion, miniaturization, and high-factory. Two small Shinto slots are placed here. You see a lot of duty store building around the station. However, in old days, when Tokyo was called Edo, this was highway for Shogun. The transformation when he visited Kanji. His family lived in Ueno. Now coming into view in direction is Bansebashi Bridge over Kanda River. Beyond the bridge, can you see red brick arched collection? That is the right railway of a present Chiyoshua line. Once there was Bansebashi station there. Please watch the screen. The first Bansebashi station was built in 1912, designed by Tatsuno King, the family architect who also designed Tokyo Station. It was a beautiful building in Tokyo style, created by white hands, red brick, and cross. Watch the screen again. Being a terminal station where passengers changed trains or trams, the site was always buzzed with many people. There was a traveler of famous neighborhood. Hirose and his secretary walk and offer together in the station square. Now Bansebashi Station was rebranded as a shopping factory named Machi Akuta and opened in 2013. The old red brick arch and stairs to the west shopped and cafes of 13 states around your interior correctly. In 1919, Chiyo Line was extended to Tokyo Station. This made Bansebashi Station an intermediate station with fewer passengers than before. In 1923, the first station building was brought down in the wake of the Great Kanto earthquake. The second generation station building was completed in 1925. In 1936, Railway Museum was annexed to the station, while station areas was drastically reduced. In 1943, Bansebashi Station finally shut its doors. In 1948, the Railway Museum changed its name to Transportation Museum and has loved by many railway fans and children. In 2006, the museum was closed and now located in Saitama City. Look at in front of you. You can see only one of the sub line. Please look at the screen. The picture shows Akihabara when the sub line was built. the white in front in the only field. And another beautiful trans-shape one on right side is Hatagocho white. You can see that later. The elevated railway of the subline was expanded from Ryogokudo or Janomizu in 1932. Its height is the same level with the three-storied building, for higher than the Yamanote Line, another elevated railway. People came all the way to have a look over them. The taxi is going on the back street, where it's always busy with depot otaku and engineers coming and going, and lined with professional specialty shops which can meet their demands. It indicates the character of Akihabara as a town of hobby, interest, and technology. Girls in costume often hand out a flyer on the street. Please refrain from taking direct photos of them and avoid posting and photos on SNS if you can see faces of passengers or those girls clearly. Now Toyo Keisoku Land is coming into view on your left side. This store's specialty is making entrustments. They say you will find any kinds of machines you may need at this store. Among shops in Akihabara, where you can expect varied knowledge. This may be the only one with super specials title who you can consult for anything about material entrustment. There are variety of used it too. Guests often enjoy boring on animatory or taking their face temperature with the thermometer. Interesting, you can see the needs of the times of the way to introduce sale at the store. In 2011, after the Great East Japan earthquake, radiation counters and electrical meters were in great demand and out of stock. The store was almost approximated these days. It clearly reflects the rear. Next is the bar gauge, which is run by Toyo Keisoku. How about a glass of drink with delicious foods in season? All the DJs and messenger introducement are on display inside of the bar. Now your left side is the left railway of the subline. The reason why so many railways were elevated was because Meiji government ordered as such in order to avoid tracking by leaving railroad on the ground. So you can see beautiful arch-shaped Hadagocho viaduct. Please look up your right upper side when the taxi turned to the left. Its bright green color is beautiful, isn't it? And the red flag in front of you, it becomes a part of millions of people around you. But those arches went in more than 100 years ago. After some years, the court as well as it's still in use. Next, let me introduce the so-called idle control in Akihabara. Please look at the screen. On the 7th floor of passive building with a red sign brought up ahead of your right on the other side of the street, Bamsura is located. There you can see the performance of popular idol groups such as Kamen Joshi or Mask Girls now on the screen. Speaking of idol groups, the most famous one is Akihabara is AKB48. For the past 10 years ago, Akihabara is the town where not only items, but also idols and products. The way influential fans cheer up their idols with shows and performance became well known and popular as otaki, as those fans are called idol otaku. However, while the otaki went, otaku don't bomb each other within a small space, just like transition dance of Michael-san, performed in space of only 0.8 current meters. In otaku jargon, she referred to the idol, and performing otake is referred to as utsu. When you also your oshi utsu otake together with your otaku body, you really feel refreshing. So you will enjoy your experience at Onoden. Onoden is a duty-free store, an electricity store. Onoden deals not only in products aimed at visitors from foreign countries, but also from Japan. For example, Japanese tradition car face section is on the ground floor. The introduced Japanese handwork of high quality. No other shops currently display many Japanese tradition cars of high quality, as well as wide range which at one station like Onoden. The second and the third floor are home appliance station. You will find most things you need here and enjoy shopping comfortable with kind of store serve. The fourth floor is pop culture station where all shop ideal in pop culture goods that represent this Akihabara. By the way, on the ground floor of Onoden building, Akiba TV studio and open studio from here. YouTube station broken Akiba TV. Here you are going to enjoy VR experience. Welcome back to your real world. How did you enjoy VR experience? The taxi is going toward the back street. Now please watch the screen. This is Kotobukiya, one of the top fuel and plastics mold parks in Japan. Except that 70 years ago, Kotobukiya has items related to mirror works of movies, games and anime, such as Star Wars, Final Fantasy, Studio Big Anime, that you can find easily in other shops in Akihabara. It is amazing that two mentioned anime or manga characters are competition breaking into three-dimensional figures. The work has reached a high degree of perfection. It improves the different textures, such as softnesses of the skin, as well as clothes of different materials, are expressed so well. You can see the craftsmanship of Japanese, who always dot the I's and cross the T's, and the beauty that spirit resides in everything. And look up right side. Can you see the colorful sound of silver potato? Super Potato is a well-known return video game shop in adult Japan. It houses tutors for classes video game lovers, such as original PlayStation, PlayStation 2, classic game cassettes, Nintendo Family computers, and Sega Mega Drive. All the VR games, video games such as Space Invader are also available. So having for classes video game enthusiast. The street in front of you is Kanda-Myojin-Shida Street. By the way, do you know esports? Esports is great often sports and from using computer games or video games. Esports is not so much famous in Japan yet. However, its player population is more than 100 million in the world. And in some countries like USA, professional gamers are reckoned to be professional sports players. So from Akihabara professional computer and ticket store on your left side. As esports studio Akihabara on the 7th floor. Its 5th floor is gaming machine section, and the 6th floor is gaming driver section. On the 7th floor, there are screens for brand goods or professional esports teams and chairs for gamers. The second building from Softmap is Jijun. Jijun is a gaming machine brand Japan PC maker, mouse computer. PC market was lackluster of a few years ago. Recently it is getting again. One factory is having demand for PC with naturally special for virtual meeting, telework or remote work under the coronavirus project. The other is demand for gaming PC with even high space for esports. If you have no idea about the present video game, Chris mentions, please make a visit to Jichon and your pleasure for there with Tokyo. The World Esports came into use in 2000. In 2011, the first Esports Japan Up was held in the USA. The International 2017 was held and its total prize money was 24 million US dollars. The first winner got about 10 million dollars. Some of professional esports players earn more than several hundred million imperial. Market size of esports in the world is said to be 140 billion yen. Japan is a backward country in terms of esports, and it means you can expect increase in the size of the market in the future. Here I give you a quiz. It is very popular in Akihabara and you see it everywhere. What is it? The answer is gachapon, or computer toy machine. The machine that you insert coins into a slit and turn the lever, and pop out a ball-shaped capsule with the toy inside. On the left-hand side, gachapon icon with yellow sign is coming into view. In the words of gachapon icon are captured by gachapon machines. Have you ever tried one? Gachapon is very popular among foreign visitors too. What attracts people? First, it's expensive. Second, there are a lot of unique products with good humor such as writing interest, Fruit Zombie, too much free-spirited the script library. On the top of that, items are very high quality. Somehow Japanese people are very affected by electric-made small things or miniatures. Whatever you get, you will be surprised at their high quality. It's always afraid to turn a lever, wishing you can get the one you like. Be careful, you may spend too much money. After turning at the corner, you will see a couple shop on the right-hand side. This style kebab first started as a food truck in Akihabara, and now they run their own shop in the back street. This is a typical story in Akihabara, and the goal is to open a business at the main street. By the way, when you hear Akihabara, an idol group AKB48 comes to most of the Japanese people. It was formed in 2005 by a music producer, Yasushi Akimoto, who wanted to create a group of idols you can meet among 794 girls auditioned. Only 24 was selected. The name is AKB comes from Akihabara, where the interior is located. The member of the first stage had 72 people, but 65 were in involved star, and the number of the participants was only 7. They performed every day on the stage and held events to interact with fans. Now it has become a national popular group and idols you can hardly meet. You are going to cross Chuo Street and turn to the right. You will see Don Quixote building, and your right is across the street, where AKB48 theater is located. There are many sister groups. There are many sister groups of AKB48 not only in Japan, but also overseas. In Japan, there are SKE48 in Sakai in Nagoya, NMB48 in Namba in Osaka, HKT48 in Hakata in Fukuoka, NGT48 in Niigata, STU48 in Setoichi area. Overseas, JKT48 in Jakarta, Indonesia, MNL48 in Malaysia, the Philippines, BNK48 in Bangkok, Thailand, and so on. Don Quixote, the name of a large discount change store this Akihabara branch is well known, was the birth of AKB48, and AKB48 theater is located on the 8th floor. By the way, do you know the animation Mobile Suit Gundam? The first theater was appeared in 1979, completion the same year when Sony Walkman was released. Since then, new series was made one after another to be aired on TV or screen, where the long-running anime works. Just like Star Wars movies, there are many fans who say they have grown with Gundam stories. Gundam was an economic work in the terrain of its rich and complicated story and setting when each experience in most anime series was completed story. In the story, human beings moved into the universe and formed the Earth's foundation. Then the war broke out between the Earth's foundation and the British Zoo, who declared its independence. A boy and a main character on the side of the Earth Federation happened to be dropped into the battle. Unlike most TV series, drama, or anime, your side is not necessarily always good and emotions are not necessarily evil, even actively. There is not such simple good and evil. So why you have to fight for what? What is justice? The story asks such questions. There is Gundam Cafe in the area called Crossfield located in the traveling direction. Please watch the screen. The cafe is divided into 4 areas. Zion's Dinner. Tokyo is a hands-on dinner, where you can feel as if you were a major offer of the zone. Restaurant area is a restaurant mess hall, a mess hall inside a space battleship of the Air Federation. Photograph Cafe offers take-out drink and you can choose 6 items of your drink. Goods shop offers about 360 original items. From 1928 to 1989, Kanda Vegetable and Fruit Market, the biggest one in Japan, was located around here. After the market moved, this area was rebuilt as an IT hub, named Crossfield, and opened it in 2006. On the right side, at the base where you can see through, it offers various kinds of shops, specializing in your hobby, a cafe, and a hotel. I will show you some shops right side in the Hitachinoburin, Tokyo district, a whiskey district, and a dining bar. You can enjoy whiskey and exquisite craft beer made of their own wood. Watch the screen, please. This is second base, a camera shop, directly made by Sino Cameras, which was created in 1975. This shop sells many permanent cameras and introduces inside. If you bring your own camera, you can try to attach a lens to your camera body. They also offer developing and brightening service. Next, Recover Akihabara shop. It is a shop specialized in pre-owned CDs and records. Uncountable numbers of CDs and records of many different genres are in the shop. Move on next shop, Final Store. Direct marketed by Final, a Japanese earphone and headphone company. Those station is high-grade house brand earphone house are worth seeing. The earphones used in VR experience today by this shop. Let's see next. Tokyo Video Cameras, a cafe and bar. It looks like a project game screen. You can enjoy playing games and crowd here. Then please look at the right-hand side. There is Akihabara brand of Taiko Labo, a Taiko Japanese drum school of the largest school in the world. Then I will tell you the origin of the name of Akihabara. Tokyo Prefecture had fairs since Edo period. Nothing had changed even in Meiji period, and there was a table fire in 1869. After the fire, the place around here was allowed to be a fire break. In the space, a Shinto shelter was built and 3 typhoon-prevent fire was invited from the imperator. However, people misunderstood that Akihabara Daigogen, a famous deity who prevents fire, was enshrined. So people called it the shrine Akiba-sama, and this area Akiba Golden or Harappa or Akihabara, meaning the field of Akiba Daigogen Shrine. Hara in Japanese means field or open space. This is the origin of the name Akihabara. People in other countries are often considered manga or anime are for small children, but in Japan, adults also enjoy manga and anime. There have been emakimono or illustration hand scroll that depict stories with pictures and text for more than 1,000 years in Japan. People enjoy the stories, foreign drawing, and text scrolling emakimono. You may call this a hand-operated animated movie. The emakimono of the tale of the game is well known and designed as a national treasure. The national treasure, Jiojinbu is said to be the oldest maker in the field of pictures and text. Emakimono was something that will actually such as all people enjoyed. Thus, in Japan, manga and anime has been powerful and elected to create information. They are now used in schools, companies, and even by the government. Furthermore, mascot characters are popular in Japan, and there are a great variety of mascot characters and uncountable numbers of dog mascots. Even the government's police office have their own mascot characters. For Ita-kun for national tax agents, Custom-kun for customs, People-kun for metro police department. You will see the Yodobashi camera on your left side. The guests who worried could come back well would say they don't understand why they were late for the meeting time. Now our train has come to an end. How was the tour? Did you enjoy VR? We are so glad if the tour could convenience a creation of Akihabara. We could appreciate if you could take a few minutes to fill out a questionnaire before leaving. Thank you for joining the tour. Please come back to real Akihabara next time.